Hello, everyone. This is Jess from Soul Star Healing and Tarot. I hope you're doing well today. Thank you so much for coming to this reading if you have. Today's reading, I'm going to kind of delve into the energies of Vesta and Lilith. Vesta is in Scorpio right now, and Lilith is moving into Scorpio. I'm reading this on the 25th of March 2025, and Lilith will be moving into Scorpio on the 27th of March. So two kind of cool energies to have in Scorpio. So if you're not familiar with Vesta, so Vesta is an asteroid, and it will, in your astrology, show what your like sacred fire is for, what ignites your passion, inner desires, kind of your calling that you prioritize. It's a very interesting part of our astrology. So my own Vesta happens to be in Scorpio, and it can give you like a very deep connection to spirituality and a comfort exploring your shadow aspects without judgment or fear. So you may not be like resistant to look deeply into your shadow sides and shadow aspects so you can transform and take responsibility for where you might be contributing to some of the difficulties you've had in your life. And it's especially with those things that, if it's you keep dating the same kind of person, but it's not working out for you. And you keep saying, why do I keep meeting these people? Well, definitely with Vesta in Scorpio, it would be a good time for you to look over that as well as Lilith in Scorpio. And you can kind of take responsibility for this and judge it. I mean, confront it without judging it, okay? And it will become a passion and a desire for you to make the transformation. I am so guilty. I've been single for a while now, but previously of dating people that really were never, in one way or 10 ways, not great partners, and sacrificing a lot of myself, for those relationships. And through a lot of that shadow work that I've done, I've been able to really turn that around. Because my Vesta is in Scorpio, I enjoy that. I enjoy picking myself apart and seeing how I am playing a role in the things in my life that are the shadow aspects. Okay. And then with Lilith is basically the dark side of the moon, right? It's the farthest point the earth is, or the moon is from the earth. Okay. So here again, we have these shadow aspects. And with Lilith being in Scorpio, it's very similar. We're going to really have a desire to delve deep into like our own mysteries. Like Lilith in Scorpio is very mysterious. Okay. And fearless, like it's that fearless feminine. If both of Vesta and Scorpio can bring a lot of sexual energy. So you might feel like in the past, you've been a little like sitting in the corner waiting for somebody to approach you. You might be in like lioness mode and just feel completely fearless about approaching somebody or initiating something you would never initiate like in normal circumstances. With these two, well, the asteroid and this placement of Lilith, you might feel extremely confident. And you also might be delving more into things of transformation and getting deeper into your spirituality, or things people would consider occult. All right. But doing things that feel taboo, that are against societal norms. All right. That would be this kind of energy. So with that said, let's see. I'm going to use the Witches of Legend Oracle to start with. Who is guiding this reading for us today? And if you want to look more, if you don't know where your Lilith or Vesta are, I use the Astro Matrix app. It's amazing. It's so detailed. I think I pay $14.99 a year for it. And it will go into all those asteroids in the points that we have astrological relevance, like Lilith or the part of fortune. Very detailed, highly recommend it. I'm not sponsored or anything by them. I just absolutely love the app. So who is guiding this reading for us today, Spirit? Lady of the Lake. Pick her up for you. Excuse me. I swear it's like March and everything's blooming and it's making my throat a little bit irritated. So if I have a couple of coughs, I apologize. Okay. Her name is Nimue. Okay. As Nimue, the Lady of the Lake, grows in power, she also grows in confidence and gains the surprisingly difficult skill of setting and keeping boundaries. Having boundaries is important so that you can continue feeling confident and empowered, no matter what a creepy wizard wants. Those who care about you will respect and appreciate them. Interesting. Who's the creepy wizard? That's an interesting thing to say. All right. Okay. Well, so it's, I guess our thing here is about setting boundaries. That's the focus. I wonder if the devil card will come out here. We're going to grab 2 cards from the Mike Wilcox Tarot and Oracle. I only use the Major Arcana cards and the Zodiac cards here. Spirit, what are the 2 energies overseeing this reading? Okay, we have the Empress and the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit came out yesterday too. We are in the 9 year, so the Hermit's probably going to be making a lot of appearances for us this year. Okay, so again, we want to go in and explore deeply ourselves, and even going deeply in looking into the aspects of Vesta. What is our inner fire? Okay, what is that passion that is like screaming inside of us that we can't deny? All right, and then with Lilith, it's that almost protective, mysterious quality. And what are those qualities in ourselves? And how can we use them to serve us better? Okay, I know with my Lilith is an Aquarius, and I absolutely 100% have, if I am out in public and I see a child, a homeless person, an elderly person being messed with in any way, I am the first person to throw myself in the middle of that situation. And I've done it. I will not let that happen on my watch. And that's my Lilith in Aquarius. Okay. It's like that protection or going into the shadow research or the shadow knowledge about a topic. But for me, with that Lilith in Aquarius, I will protect people out on the street. Like, watch out. So look into yourself and see where those qualities are in you, and also look in, like I said earlier, to see where where Lilith and Vesta are in your astrology. All right. And then we have the Empress. How do we nurture this? How do we become creative with this? How do we give birth to, a new version of ourselves, or new qualities in ourselves that maybe we don't even realize are there until we go into this hermit phase? Okay. And, the Empress is always capable of staying grounded and working in the earthly realms, but she's also, as you can see here, she's working with the universe and in the astral, and she's able to connect there as well. So there might be some things in this exploration you can do, such as working with crystals or using movement to work with the earthly elements to become creative in these aspects of your life. And you may also want to work with meditation or sound healing or other things that help you connect with these versions of yourself you may be unfamiliar with, and let them kind of mature in your womb of growth until you're ready to have them fully emerge for you. Okay? And now I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Enchanted Tarot. If you watched yesterday's video, this is my first tarot deck I ever purchased in the early 90s. She's been through a lot with me. We go way back. 3 cards, please, Spirit. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. This is the Prince of Hearts in this deck. And then the King of Hearts. Wow. All right. All suits up top there. And then this is, let me just look over here. I can never remember the name of this. I'm going to put it in the notes because I can't remember the name. Oh, Ethereal Visions. This is Ethereal Visions. I don't use this deck often. Actually, both of these decks I don't use often. I don't know where the call to use them came from, but it did. Spirit, may we please have 3 cards? Okay. Don't hold back on me now. 3 cards, please. Okay, there we go. Deck's being tough on me. There we go. Okay. We have a 3 of Pentacles, a 9 of Pentacles, and another Queen of Pentacles. So there's definitely something about being in our Queen of Pentacles energy here that's important. Grounded in our heart space. Working with the earthly elements. Although that Queen of Swords and 3 of Cups have been coming out nonstop. So we'll see if we get one of those here. Okay, 3 more cards. This is just a traditional Rider-Waite. Okay. Ace of Wands. The Hierophant. Page of Swords. Nice. All right. So coming into working with these energies from the Hermit and the Empress, right? Queen of Pentacles does make sense. You know, the Empress does resonate with Taurus and the Hermit is Virgo. Okay. So this is being grounded in your heart space, in your heart chakra. So the heart chakra and the root chakra are working together in balance. So this is the ability to love in a fearless way, all right, and guide people. So you may need to do this for yourself or for other people, or it may just be something that is important for you to cultivate at this time. All right. So she is going to work in nature and in the earthly world. She's also connected to the material world. Okay. So, you know, she's able to enjoy things like beautiful food and culture and a beautiful home, but they don't define her, right? She approaches those things with a grounded, open heart. So the abundance for her comes from the relationships and the loving connections and the beauty of a garden or, you know, something that she's created in nature, you know, around her home that is a beautiful environment for her. So, and it grounds her because she's in those places of beauty that bring her comfort and make her heart full and give her a sense of safety. All right. So there may be an emphasis here on not focusing so much on the material world or material things, right? It's more important to have solid relationships and family relationships than it is to have a designer bag. Okay, she would choose the family over the designer bag. Um, Designer bags are nice though. I'm not going to say they're not. If you can have both, have both. And then this ability for her to come from her heart space in a grounded way to guide herself and others brings this energy of the Three of Pentacles, okay? More pentacles, more material world. Now you're working at a higher level and people are coming in to work with you or appreciate your work, okay? This this person in the traditional Rider-Waite is up on a pedestal, which means people are appreciating what they bring to the table or what they create. And so when you start cultivating this grounded energy from the heart space in yourself, people are going to want to work with you and people are going to appreciate, especially with that Empress energy over there, the beauty that you create and give birth to. And people are going to want to be part of that with you. Okay. And this with Vesta especially is because you're moving towards what your greatest passions are, what lights a fire in you, okay? And then what do we have? The fire, right? The wand, the Ace of Wands. So you're moving in this direction here where you're finding this appreciation for yourself and then people around you are wanting to be part of that environment and collaborate with you and work with you. And then comes the big gift from the universe, right? The Ace of Wands. So because you're doing the work, you're receiving more support from the universe here, okay? Something that you can grow from, right? We have the leaves here, okay? There's growth coming from this wand. And this is your passion. This is your creativity. This is what inspires you. This is your Vesta energy, okay? It's coming to you in greater quantities because you're initiating it here and you're initiating it here, okay? And with that Lady of the Lake card, also setting boundaries where you need to set boundaries, okay? You're doing what you need to do for yourself. If other people don't like it, that's their problem, all right? So here's that gift. So Prince of Hearts here, okay? Sacral chakra, heart chakra. So now you have the Queen who's coming from the heart chakra and the root chakra. Okay, she's grounded in her heart space. All right. Now you got your wand here. Okay. Now you're taking action from the heart space. Now you're ready to make some movement. All right. You have that wand with you now. So taking action from the heart space, I just touched the mic. I hope. I'm so like Italian. I talk with my hands all the time. I'm actually like a Gen X. My parents met in Boston. I like to call us Italrish. I'm half Italian, half Irish. Lots of us like 70s, early 80s kids, even late 60s. There's so many of us that are from like Boston into Rhode Island. We're all half Italian, half Irish. I'm one of those. My mom says that's how the Italian and Irish kids rebelled against their parents. So my mom was Italian and my dad was Irish. She said she could rebel against my grandparents, but they couldn't argue too much because his family was Catholic too. so I'm an Italrish. Anyway, I talk with my hands. I hope I didn't just make a noise with the mic. So now we're able to take action on the heart space. Okay. We're able to express ourselves with no fear of our emotions, how excited we are, right? We're emotionally confident. We're courageous. We're able to take that Vesta inspiration and just move forward with it. You found your inner light and there's nothing stopping you. He looks pretty excited there, right? I don't know how much you can see his face, but he is like, whatever he's going to take that heart to, whoever it is or whatever the task is, there's a lot of excitement on that face. So moving forward courageously from your heart space with what fills your heart with joy when you're involved with it. And then we have our Nine of Pentacles, right? Venus and Virgo. All right. And the Empress card is a Venus card as well. All right. And here you are just cultivating your beauty, right? I mean, more connection to nature here, right? Like the Queen of Pentacles and working in the material world. But you notice in this card, even though she's known to be like a mini Empress card, right? She's not surrounded by opulence. Her abundance comes from her garden, the things she's growing, the things she's cultivating here, the things she's putting, the beauty that comes from the things she puts her effort into. All right. But it's a very what's the word I want to use? This isn't about gaining notoriety in society by having opulence. This is creating beauty around you in the most simplest of way, because it's so authentic to yourself that you still feel rich, and you definitely have acquired a sense of independence from taking this kind of outlook on life for yourself. All right. And here we have our little nod to Lilith, and I'll tell you why. And this is also a Taurus card. Okay, so we have the Empress there. Even though she's Venus, she's Libra and Taurus. So the Hierophant here he's a higher vibration of what we're able to attain spiritually on Earth. However, if you know any history about what we've done with religions and spirituality on Earth, that is a very conflictive topic, okay? Because we've allowed our earthly needs to come into our spiritual desires. They've merged, and so man's ego has gotten in the way, all right? And this is why this can be a marriage card. It's not in this case. I don't believe that. But marriage doesn't exist when we transition, from Earth to wherever it is, whatever you call it, heaven. Some people call it home. Some people call it, I don't know, there's so many names. Marriage doesn't exist there. Marriage is an earthly thing. That's why this can be a marriage card. But this is also a rebellion card. Okay. So I see here, and that's where this is standing out to me right now. And this is why, because people rebel against spiritual traditions, okay, here on earth, because they're forced on us. So this is us saying, you can do whatever type of spiritual things you want to do, but for me, I'm choosing my own path. And that's where the Lilith quality comes in this reading, okay? Where we're going to find a way to express ourselves spiritually in this earthly realm the way that we see fit. And if the tradition doesn't serve us, we're not interested in following that anymore, okay? We're standing by our own belief systems. And we can still find this higher earthly vibration for ourselves. It just doesn't have to be in traditional ways, okay? And if you're familiar with meditation, right? We meditate and we're raising our vibration on earth. And if you're doing it, especially to work on your clairs or making a connection energetically with archangels or past loved ones, our ability to raise our vibration here can only go to a certain level, okay? We have to raise it as high as we can because the beings and energies in the astral and the heavens need to come down to meet us at the lowest vibration they can, okay? So even if we reach our highest vibration here on earth that we possibly can, for most of us, it's still nothing compared to the vibration we reach after we pass over, okay? When we're in spirit form, we're vibrating at frequencies we could never reach here on earth. It's not attainable, all right? So we rebel a little bit here and we say, nope, I'm doing spirituality my way, all right? That's our Lilith quality. And with that lady of the lake, that's going to require setting some boundaries. But I love a good boundary. Don't threaten me with a good time. I love boundaries. So, and that's something I had to learn through spirituality. So now we have this King of Hearts, okay? Solar plexus, chakra, heart chakra. All right, we know who we are. All right, we're very, very clear on who we are. And we're able to lead from our heart space, okay? Queens guide, kings lead. And there's a difference because when you're dealing with a masculine energy and a king energy in this solar plexus, this is a very, what's the word I want to use? The way that kings work is they're going to lead you to improve or challenge yourself, but they're not going to take you through everything as patiently step by step as a queen would. The king is going to take your hand and say, let's go right now. You're learning on the fly. I'm going to lead you into this emotional maturity and I'm going to show you by example. Okay. That's what this king does. He's going to teach you emotional maturity by example. So this is the energy that you're moving into, this higher vibrational emotional maturity. And both the King of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts are both highly intuitive and in touch with the third eye chakra, okay? So they're very connected psychically, all right? So I would think that it's possible here, especially with the Vesta and Lilith in Scorpio, that there's an opportunity to work on psychic development if you would like to do that. But then we move back towards this Queen of Pentacles. And I'm going to say here is that these might be good ways to focus on your masculine energy right now and your feminine energy. Okay, so you would have the heart chakra and the root chakra, all right, moving in a grounded way with that heart. And then your sense of self is also able to know who you are. You're very balanced in your ego and your sense of self, and you're moving from the heart space again, and then you're able to work with that third eye. Okay, so you have a lot of chakra energy involved here. Grounded, heart space, sense of self, and connection to your intuition. Those are a lot of amazing things to accomplish. All right, so reminder here, stay grounded and work from that heart space. And again, we might want to work with the earth elements right now. Okay, they may be very important. Especially I know for myself where I am and in the northern hemisphere, most of us are moving towards spring. Get out and walk and look at the flowers blooming and take all of that in and allow yourself to really appreciate the beauty that's now everything's coming to life. Everything's blooming from being dead. And it's such a great time. I'm very fortunate that I get to walk my dog every day, and day by day, just see all like the daffodils coming up and the little tiny, I forget what they're called, the little white bell flowers. And it's really magical because everything's been dead for a few months. So go outside and appreciate that growth, and ground yourself in it. And it does give a sense of like rebirth right now. Okay. And then here we are, my little friend here. I love my little Page of Swords. So you're making all of these great strides and having this growth. And now we're learning how to communicate, right? Taking communication from the crown chakra. Okay. Now you've done all of this work and you've connected with your root chakra. You've connected with your solar plexus. You've connected with your heart chakra. You've connected with your third eye. And now we're connecting to the crown chakra. Okay. Now we're able to receive information from spirit. We're able to maybe even develop our clairaudience here. And this is where the ideas start developing. Okay. It's very interesting when you're developing yourself with any psychic abilities. I'm more clairaudient and claircognizant. But once you start realizing that you have that ability to receive messages from spirit, you really see clearly when you're talking to yourself and when it's not yourself. And these are the types of things you'll be learning with that throat chakra, right? Because the throat chakra is about learning. It's what we speak and what we hear. All right. But it's also the information with that crown chakra that is downloaded to us. All right. And I think you're in a place when you, especially right now with this Vesta and Lilith and Scorpio, where it's like, I'm not going to say that the veil is thin, but the energies of these two things, aspects working together, are really going to allow us to work with the those scorpionic energies. All right. And I wouldn't be surprised if you notice some clairaudience, getting some messages that you're like, wait a second. Or it could just be as simple as you're thinking of somebody and they call you. You have deja vu, like those types of things. So pay attention. Pay attention. All right, let's get the advice from spirit here. This is the Moon Baby Tarot. I'm still getting used to talking on camera. I've been here for a week, I think. So I'm still getting used to all of it, but I feel like it's getting a little more fluent and comfortable. So I'm not saying as much as I used to on the first few videos. Death, perfect. Scorpio. That's exactly what we want to see. Let me move our little buddy over here. I'm one of those people that, give me a death card and give me a tower card. I love them. But again, I have that Vesta in Scorpio. I'm not afraid of it. I love self-improvement, and I love seeing what I'm doing that's not serving me and really pick it apart. Another King of Cups and another Hermit. Oh my goodness. I love when Spirit is like, this is my message. Okay, death, right? So we're working with Vesta, we're working with Lilith in Scorpio. Here we have the representation of Scorpio. So do that shadow work. Really don't be afraid. It's really an amazing thing when you can spend some time, even if you're walking, you don't have to do it in meditation. Just thinking about what things are holding you back from connecting to your inner flame, to your passion. And with Lilith, you know, just even it can just be with you in general. You just look at the shadow aspects. You know, Vesta is more about those passions. So I refer to it when I speak about Vesta, but with Lilith, it's really just looking into your shadow aspects and seeing, you know, are there things that you need to go a little deeper on and investigate? Scorpio loves a good investigation. It's really like they're down with some detective work. And the reason why they can do it is they're not afraid of what they'll find. So take that thought process for yourself. Okay. Don't be afraid to let parts of you go, especially if they're not helping you, not helping you grow, especially. All right. And here we have that solar plexus and that heart chakra. Define your sense of self, lead, be a leader from the heart space. Okay. Lead yourself and lead with others. Don't be afraid to connect psychically if you need to, if you feel that that's something you want to do. And whatever you do, be in your emotional maturity. All right. And especially with that Lilith energy, because again, as I said earlier, with my Lilith and Aquarius, I have not necessarily always handled that in the most emotionally mature way. In the moment, I just see people in need and I will literally, like, for example, I didn't bring my son to like a fast food restaurant until he was 11 years old. And we were on a road trip down to Florida with my ex and his two children. And we were on our way back and we're in northern Florida and there was only on the highway a fast food restaurant to eat at. And I'm like, fine, let's just eat here. There's no other options. And my son's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my mom's letting me eat fast food, but whatever, we did it. So we're sitting in the parking lot and we're all eating. And I'm looking out of the window and I notice a man in his 60s has a little girl by the back of her head and he's like smashing his hand into her face. I couldn't even like tell you exactly what happened, but it took about half a second. My food flew across the car. My car door was open. I was out in the parking lot screaming at this man, like, that is my Lilith in Aquarius. Like, don't let me see you doing something to somebody else that you shouldn't be doing because I will come right for you. Then it was like a big deal and a big scene in the parking lot. But like, I didn't even think, what if this man hurts me? What if he hurts my kids in the car? I went to help that child as quickly as I possibly could. Okay. So, was I emotionally mature about it? Probably not. But I don't think in that situation I had time to contemplate the most emotionally mature way to handle that situation. Anyway, that's my story. So again, with this King of Cups, we're going to focus on our sense of self and working with the heart space and being, how do we lead ourselves and others with this? And then we're going to take another time. So we started with the Hermit here. We started our journey with reflection and why we want to do this and what we need to look at. We're going to go through the whole process and then we're going to self-assess and say, wow, I took that journey within and I love that this is happening right now. Right? They're like facing each other. All right. We took that journey within, like literally from both ends. What did I shine the light on? Okay. These are like the keepers of the gate right now for you. What did I find when I went within at the beginning of my journey and at the end of my journey? All right. And that's exactly like that. Again, that Scorpio energy. Investigation. Don't be afraid to investigate. There's nothing to ever be ashamed of. We just look at ourselves. We see where we need that improvement. We don't judge it. We just not see, but focus on the ways that we can make small improvements. Okay. There we go. Hermit and Hermit. All right. We're going to do one of the mystical shaman oracle. And see what they have to say. And I think the next reading I might do is either going to be the next one or the one after. We'll be doing the solar eclipse, and I will have crystals in that reading. Oops, I'm not doing 3. I'm doing 1. The moon. Okay. Give me 1 second to get to the card. There we go. The moon spends equal time in the dark as it does in the light of sun. And now it comes to remind you of this balance, right? The Lilith is literally the dark side of the moon. Have you been too focused on outer achievements, productivity, or social engagements? Or have you spent too much time hidden from the outer world, not wanting to interact or show your face? Meditate on the significance of the moon cycle and let it gently guide you out of your bottomless depths. Head back to the world of outer expression and connection with others. Let it help you make time for yourself, your feelings, and your essential human and spiritual needs. This card calls you to go on a journey of renewal, just like the moon does every month, so you can get unstuck, whether from specific situation or life in general. For this, you need to make time to be with yourself without distractions. Without distractions of modern society, and have the courage to look at the unwanted or unembraced parts of your being until you arrive at a place of resolution. Shamanic lore explains that the finest treasures of humanity are hidden where people are most afraid to go. And I believe that's what I was just saying about Lilith, and I don't know what else I could add to this reading. If you liked it, please like, share, comment, all the good stuff. And my email is in the description if you'd like a personal reading. Thank you so much for being here today. I will see you soon.